Hey everyone. So today we will be discussing one very important question that you might have faced in the interviews or you may face in the interviews for Apache Spark, which is what is implicits in Spark? So implicits are the methods that are available in Scala. So they help us in converting the common Scala objects into datasets. Now you must be aware about the difference between RDD, data frame and datasets. If not, I'll explain those in a different video. So what implicits provide us with the feature is that we can use them to implicitly convert RDD to dataset. Then we can also convert a data frame to dataset. And let's say you have a dollar column name that can be converted to a column type COL, which is available in the functions package. So let's go through the hierarchy here. So we have a low priority SQL implicits, which is a trait. There is a method there, and then SQL implicits extends this particular trait. This is an abstract class, and then SparkSession as an object implicits, it extends this SQL implicits. So that is why we have to write import SparkSession object dot implicits, which is this one dot underscore. This is the SparkSession class, and this is I have opened from the Spark codebase, the actual GitHub codebase. If you see, this is a class SparkSession. If you search for uh, object implicits, so we'll see that object implicits extends SQL implicits with serializable, and then what is defining, it is overriding the SQL context. Now if you want to see what is defined in the SQL implicits, let me open that. So here it is. So this is an abstract class which extends the low priority SQL implicits, and it is also mentioned there are a lot of functions here available here. If you want, you can go through those. So one I discussed, like string to column. So it says that converts dollar column into a column type, right? So in the last video, when we saw the socket source with complete output mode, we saw that we used spark.implicits.underscore for converting a data frame to dataset. Now let's see what is Spark implicits here. Let's say we want to read some data, and the schema is like we have ID, we have event time, and we have clicked resource. If you want to see the sample data, I will open it here. So it is like that, where you have, let's say, user, then we have event time, when the event was occurred, then we have clicked resource. I am just ignoring device type and OS version for now. Let's say we have three columns only. I have defined a case class here, as you can see. Now I have defined the schema. Now I have imported the SparkSession.implicits here. Now I want to create a data frame by reading that particular data, which is available here, SRC main resources data. I'm also providing the schema for that, which I defined just here. Now this will create a data frame. So if you control and hover over here, you will see that the type is SQL.dataFrame. Now come down a little bit. So this statement, line number 25. So let's say we want to filter and we want to see only those data where the clicked resource is add to cart. So what we can do? We can apply filter and we can say, okay, this is a lambda expression. So we will have to find by index. So now we have 0, 1, 2. So we are saying, okay, x dot get string of 2 is it equal to add to cart? Then show me 10 records. Truncate equals false means do not truncate the data while displaying on the console. So let's say we want to do some more operation. So we have this data frame and say we want to do an order by the column ID. So we have used call, which is available in the function, as I told earlier, functions package. And then we want to sort in ascending order and we want to see the results without truncating the output. Again, what we are trying to do is, again we are doing the same thing, but this time it's a dollar notation. Now what we will do is we will try to create a data set from the data frame. So this clickstream data frame is here. Now what we will try to do is we will create a clickstream data set and we will use clickstream data frame dot as. So if you hover over here, as explained, it takes u as encoder and then dataset of u is created. So we have clickstream already, case class is defined here. Now what we did, we created a data set, and data set is strongly typed. So what does it mean? So type safe I have mentioned here. So type safe means now it become a type. Here you are using x.getString2. You don't know what type it is. You don't know the type of the column like ID, event time, and click resource. You are just depending upon the index value. Now, if you want to do the same operation on dataset, how you will use? So clickstream dataset dot filter. Now with a lambda operation, you can say okay, x dot clicked resource. Now x become a typed object, right? So now it has an attribute called click resource. So it will have three attributes: ID, event time, and click resource. So I'm saying that okay, x dot click resource equals add to cart. Just show me those data only. So this is efficient, right? Because it also provides compile time safety. So if you are writing a very big framework or an application, the compile time safety is very important for the production applications. So you, whatever you are using, if your data type is wrong here, let's say I am using this, so it is wrong. So at the compile time, it will say no, this column doesn't exist. So that's why a lot of people use dataset in their production grade applications. Now we were talking about Spark implicits. Let's say I comment out this line. So where do we see the error? So we see here. So it is not able to implicitly convert this dollar column name into this particular thing like column ID. So the Spark implicits helps in that also. So there are two things. If I comment here, the implicits one, so I'm getting an error here. It is not able to implicitly convert the string column representation into the column object. The second one is here. So we are not able to convert a data frame to dataset even after providing the case class, because the it doesn't know like how to encode it. So implicits also provide the implicit encoders. So we can define a case class, and then the implicits will provide implicit encoders which can convert data frame to dataset. So I have ran this application and this is the output. So the first output that you see here is from this one. So where we are trying to display a data frames results after filtering from add to cart. The second one is from this one, where we are displaying all the records in the order, ascending order by ID. And again the same thing, if you scroll down a little bit, these all are sorted by ID, but these are the same thing, but actually there are two ways of doing the same thing. This is with the column representation call, this is with the dollar representation. The last one is the data set, this one. So they are displaying the same results actually, but the difference is in how the Spark has certain different kind of optimizations for data sets and data frames. So now you have got some idea about what is spark.implicits dot underscore. So actually I was asked this question in an interview when I was trying for the big data development role, and at that time I was not able to answer. That's a long time back. I thought why not to make a video out of it and explain the details. So if any person is trying to give an interview, so and if they are asked this question, they are at least able to say something for this. They are not blank, right? Now if you want to deep dive, it's your choice, but definitely do not miss this question in interview. This is a very important concept for Spark. So that's it for this video guys. I hope you like the video. Please do give a thumbs up. Happy learning.